McGraw families, I wanted to talk to you about phonological awareness. At school, your child participates in a daily phonological awareness lesson. These are wordplay activities that take place each and every day. Your child's teacher has been working with these important skills this school year. Phonemic awareness and phonological awareness is vital for kids of all skill level. It applies to them as readers, spellers, and writers. I wanted to share a little bit about what this looks like so these crucial activities can take place at home. First, I wanted to share what is phonological awareness. Phonological awareness is the skill that includes identifying and manipulating units of oral language, starting with the biggest unit of our language, words in a sentence. So if I were to say, Joey likes pizza, I would clap it out. Joey likes pizza. And a lot of times kids will say, Joey likes pizza. And the idea is to differentiate between words and syllables. So then as we focus down, we go to the syllable level. So how many syllables in the word pizza, pizza, or marshmallow, marshmallow? And then if we shrink down even to the very smallest unit of our language, it is individual sounds or what we call phonemes. Like, for example, cat, cat. When we get down to that individual sound level, we use the term phonemic awareness. Phonemic awareness is a subskill of the phonological awareness. This subskill, phonemic awareness, is when a word is broken into the smallest part or individual sounds like phonemes. I know that can sound a little bit confusing, so here's a high-tech graphic to help demonstrate. So we've got our overarching phonological awareness, and then down here we have words in a sentence, like I just mentioned. We've got syllables and onset and rhyme, which we'll talk about in a few minutes, and then we have rhyming and alliteration. So like I said, if we narrow down to the smallest unit, which is phonemes, right, we can do isolation of individual phonemes, blending, segmenting, and adding, deleting, or substituting. That's manipulating phonemes or sounds in an individual word. A child who is phonologically aware is able to isolate sounds, blend sounds, segment a word into sounds, and manipulate sounds in words. Phonemic phonological awareness activities are all oral and auditory. Students are not seeing letters at all. We often say that phonological awareness can be done in the dark. As we think about bringing this important exercise home to your children over the next few weeks, I want you to know why this is so important. It is well established that phonemic awareness is critical for reading development, and that poor phonemic awareness is almost always associated with reading difficulties. In fact, current research shows that unless students attain advanced phonemic awareness skills beyond basic segmenting and blending sounds in words, they will not become fluent readers. McGraw uses several resources, one of which is called the Haggerty Phonemic Awareness book. Haggerty has generously shared weeks of online lessons for us to use at home. Please note that this should only take you 10 minutes of your day, and it is such an essential piece of your child's reading and writing foundation. I linked these lessons to my website so you can download and do these at home. Each Haggerty Phonemic Awareness daily lesson includes 8 phonemic awareness skills. Please recall that phonemic awareness is a subskill of phonological awareness. The Haggerty lessons assume that your child is able to do the following without any trouble. It's the bigger skills. How many words in a sentence? Can they differentiate between pizza as a word and pizza broken into syllables? Can they separate, isolate, and manipulate syllables, such as, say, background? Now tap it out, background. What's the first syllable? Back. What's the second syllable? Ground. Now can you replace ground with stroke, backstroke, and so forth? I suggest ensuring that your child knows how to name, isolate, and manipulate syllables before you work with phonemes. If you find that your child is having difficulty with syllable level manipulation, please feel free to contact me for more resources at the syllable level. The Haggerty Daily Phonemic Awareness skills include things like rhyming. You'll ask your child to recognize words that rhyme and produce words that rhyme. The second skill is onset rhyme fluency. Onset rhyme is isolating the first sound we hear in a word. If I said to your child, the word is boy, What's the first sound? B. And the rest? Oi, boy. The third skill is called blending. Blending is a skill that happens orally in phonemic awareness and transfers into reading when your child decodes or reads a word. It sounds like this, k, a, t, and your child will be able to blend those sounds together to make the word cat. Now remember, they're not looking at any letters. This is all oral and auditory work. The fourth skill is called isolating the final or medial sound in a word. We ask students to hear a word and tell us the final or last sound they hear, or to isolate that medial or vowel sound that they hear. The fifth skill we work on is segmenting. Segmenting and blending look a lot alike, but they are opposite. We would say to students, my word is house. Tell me the sound you hear. House. This is a skill that's transferred directly into writing. When your child wants to write or spell words on their own, this is what we want them to do. We want them to listen to each sound and write a letter or letters that match each of those sounds. We work with phoneme manipulation activities when we ask students to add, delete, and then substitute. This is what it looks like. We can add the initial sound to a word like ugh. Your child says ugh, then you ask them to add to the beginning when they say hug. Or we can delete that initial phoneme by saying, say hug, now say hug without what's left is ugh. Or we can substitute that initial sound to make a new word like this. Say hug, change the to b, and the word is bug. You've seen me use my hands, and there are very specific hand motions that we use for each level of phonological awareness. I have created a separate special hand motion video. It's very quick that you can use when you try these lessons with your learners. There are two additional skills in the Kindergarten Phonemic Awareness book. One is letter naming and the other is language awareness. Haggerty Phonemic Awareness includes a letter naming or alphabet awareness activity in the primary curriculum as well, and this is to help students become automatic with letter names and sounds. Alphabet knowledge is the first step for our students becoming readers. Giving them daily practice with the letter name and the sound it makes is one of the ways we can prepare them to be readers. On my website, I have linked the kindergarten and primary, which covers grades 1 through 3, lesson plans that you can use over the coming weeks. They're very easy to follow and should only take you 10 minutes. I've also created videos of what these lessons should look like. There are lots of ways you can have fun with phonological awareness. Nursery rhymes, songs, poems are great ways to get started. Your child will love this wordplay with you. They do at school, and you'll be strengthening their skills at the same time. Thank you so much for helping with this very important foundational skill.